Hello there guys, it's Captain Invisible here and welcome to turn number 5 of the Swissmod custom campaign hot seat for Medieval 2 Total War. So let us get into this and see what has been going on since the last turn. So if you remember what happened last turn, we got absolutely destroyed by the Turks under Tsar. So we have been pushed all the way back, and we're kind of in a tight situation here. What I decided to do was I decided to do a bit of diplomacy with Tsar, because if we carry on like this, he's gonna destroy me. He's gonna take Orwell with his Sultan's army, and I just don't have the manpower now to really stand against him. I've tried using this army to even attack the Sultan to see what the odds were, just to see what I could do, but the odds are definitely not in my favour, even with that. So I'm definitely on the back foot as far as military goes. So my only option now is diplomacy. So as I say, I spoke to Tsar. I said you can basically have all of these settlements. I won't bother sort of trying to defend them when I don't have the troops to. And what I'll do is I'll pull back. Leave my ships alive. I'll pull them up to the shore, and I'll get as much of my troops out of this situation as possible. You can have the settlements. I'll leave them fully intact for you, and you can basically take them and do as you will with them. So it's quite kindly accepted that. Tsar's mercy of the peace and love empire is much appreciated. So we are going to pull away from this situation and see if we can start afresh somewhere else. As in the early campaign, I was talking about either landing at Teddy Roosevelt, or maybe up on these islands, or maybe even in the northern lands. But as far as this situation goes, we need to abandon this cause and go elsewhere. So the Byzantine fleet here as well. He must have. I did ask Swissman for aid as well, naval aid. So he has quite kindly sent a navy up as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather up my own ships, and we are going to set sail. So I think I need a ship there, and I need a ship here, probably around about there. I can't merge these ships from because they are. Oh no, wait. Oh no, I can. Never mind. I can merge the ships. I couldn't merge them beforehand because I thought they were both admirals and they wouldn't merge, but apparently I can merge them. So that's something new. So we can abandon this fort. We're going to move our troops here, and there's a spy in here that we are going to need. And then these forces, bar the peasants, can move into this fort. I'm going to leave the peasants there just to keep Ringo under control until we otherwise need to hand it over. What I'm going to do at Ringo as well is I'm going to get 2 more ships, simply because I need to get as much as I can over towards the Kaiser, and although he's blockading the port, I'm hoping that he will free the port and allow me to send my ships over, because I need as many ships as possible. This is not enough ships to really carry basically all of my army's wealth over to the Newlands. He did say he was going to free this settlement from siege as well, so we're going to retrain those knights just for the time when it does, and then we can pull all of these troops out. I may even send the peasants in just to again control Orwell until diplomacy can be made. But for now, as I say, I'm just abandoning the cause here. So we're still building at Kaiser. It did say it would leave Kaiser untouched because Kaiser's going to be my last settlements if I give these 2 settlements up, and I'm going to need Kaiser not only simply because it's my last settlement, but also economically. It's going to be the only thing making us money, and not a lot of money at that. So yeah, as I say, we're either gonna some nice cliffs there. We're either gonna sail towards Teddy Roosevelt, or I know there's a city here that might be worth taking. It depends on what is available at the time, I guess. I know a lot of these players have been taking settlements left, right, and centre, so I don't know how much of these lands have been taken already. But I'm going to make a new start over there, a fresh start. It does look like England's pushed all the way up here as well. That's quite interesting. I've not done any scouting as far as England goes because I'm basically giving up these lands to the Turks. So the Turks are the English's problem now. They can fight it out between them, I guess. So we've still got our new emperor, 18-year-old Frederick, and we've got our probably one of our better generals here, with all this chivalry and command. Oh yeah, very promising commander there. It's a shame he's not emperor, I guess. And as I say, financially, with the King's Purse, we're not going to be in financial difficulty, even if we abandon these settlements. But I would rather not leave myself without cash, because we're going to need it as soon as we start afresh, sort of over in these lands. So I believe that's everything. There's no point me recruiting mounted sergeants. They don't really do that much. Stick with that. Probably merge you guys, and then just wait for these guys to be freed, and then they can join the army. So we're gonna actually have quite a sizable army. What's that? That's 7 units there, 6 units there, so that is 13. Four units there. So yeah, we're gonna have 17 units in total. So that's an army of 17, which is, you know, bigger than the Sultan's army to play with. So we're gonna have quite a sizable force to sort of take these lands if need be. I'm thinking. I think Teddy Roosevelt's quite powerful actually. It's got some armoured sergeants in, which could be a pain. And castles are just a no-go with the army I've got at the moment. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see what I can do in terms of military, because all I've got as far as infantry goes is these town militia, who will get absolutely destroyed by armoured sergeants and God knows what. Oh, apparently forts give you free upkeep. That is interesting. That's really interesting, actually. I knew it did it in Britannia. I wonder if his base is on Britannia. That is actually really interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that otherwise. That's really good, because in this game you can actually position your forts anywhere on the map, and to get free upkeep, 2 free upkeep slots from those forts is quite amazing, actually. It really does make you think strategically about where you put your forts. Very nice. I do like that. I'm going to really have to use that for the future. So yeah, ships building. We do have our spies up and about. We do have 2 spies, which is quite interesting. Normally use them for manually control battles, but we'll see if we can use them for auto resolve to try and get some quick victories on some settlements. Quick sieges done, because sieging's always a pain in auto resolve battles, just because of how long it takes. Time obviously is quite an important factor in hot seats. So yeah, we should be able to get these guys. Oh. To the ship's next turn. These guys should be on the ships, and then yeah, we'll sail to Kaiser to regroup. Take this general with me from Kaiser. In fact, I could take both of these units and leave a town militia here once this is done, and then we'll sail off towards these lands. Probably these. I know there's a city here. Might be easier to take than Teddy Roosevelt, and we'll just see what we can do from there. Excellent, so that's about it. Again, we're going to make quite a lot of money next turn. We're going to need it because we're going to really be suffering. We're going to save our finances because there's no point in spending anything on these settlements at the moment. Not until we know that we're going to give them to the Turks. So that's about everything, so we can end the turn. We'll save it as Boys in Blood. Here we are, and we shall pass the turn on. So yeah, a bit of solid diplomacy. We obviously haven't had the best start in this campaign, but I'm hoping that if we can get some new lands out of the way of Tsar, he can do his thing on the Easterlands, or the Osterlands, as my people like to call them, the Northerners, and we will travel over to the Westerlands, which I think my people will call the Vesterlands or the Vasterlands, just as a role-playing perspective, and we'll just see what we can do over there. I know there's a lot of people over there already, but we should be able to take part in someone's war on obviously one side and see if we can double team someone else. Certainly, as I say, we are going to become an army for hire with all these troops and no land to claim. Someone's going to have to buy us out, otherwise they will end up having a horde of angry Northerners on their shores. So we'll have to see what plays out in the next few turns. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and now I shall see you all in the next episode.